2-3 zone was the best that it's looked, and that's why we were able to stick with it, and I think that turned things around for us as well. So credit to them, and then credit to our guys for the way they fought back.
Well, getting back, it's 7 games into the season now, 3 here, 3, neutral court, this one here. Where are you at in kind of trying to figure out where you guys are as a team?
I just told the guys we're better than how we've been playing, but we've got to get tougher, and we can't. We're not going to use the excuse that we're young and this, that, and the other. We know what teams are going to throw at us. They've seen on film where we've maybe had some weaknesses. And so it's a challenge to each one of our guys that we've got to toughen up. I mean, we had guys that weren't rebounding, weren't finishing, I'm getting fouled, this or that. That's not us. We don't make excuses. And we made that point in New York. And hopefully, I think it's going to resonate because we do have young guys. We're still early in the season. But we're better than we showed, and we just need to stay humble and keep working towards improving and getting some momentum. And I think once we do that, the confidence will grow. But you're not going to be confident if you don't come out ready for a fight every night. And that's across the board. I mean, we talked about some starters that, you can't have several of your starters not ready to come out and go and get after it. But luckily, tonight we had some great lifts off the bench.
And so you had a big lift for you. The confidence that you can take from a game like this, what is that?
Just my teammate trusting me, and the coaches, they planned the food in and stuff, and we just came ready, and I was just ready to.
You grew throughout the game, so your confidence grew and grew, and that should bode well. We've been waiting for he and KC, to come along. Poor Case gets a couple fouls early, but Scholl did a great job, and if we can keep that kind of 1-2 punch, at that 5 spot, it's going to really help us.
Wayne, in regards to Scholl, he's obviously a guy that could be a real difference maker if things click for him. What did you see tonight, and what does that portend for the future?
He gave us some really good minutes against Baylor, and I think he was a little fatigued against Pitt. But I saw he's kind of easy to read when you can tell when he's down, and we try to boost him up, and he looked like he had a laser focus when we got back from our trip and practiced the last couple of days. And so we felt confident he was going to, produce. And they tried to lay the wood to him tonight, but he didn't back down and got us some great buckets in around the paint, rebounded the heck out of it, what we're begging our 4s and 5s to do. I was glad to see him respond. So his confidence is going to grow, and, he's the oldest kid on the team, so he should never drop his dauber down or ever feel like he lacks confidence. But we do have to remember he hasn't played a ton in his time at the collegiate level. But big boost for us, and couldn't be happier for Big Scholl because he's just an incredible kid.
Is your finger okay from that dunk?
Yes, good. It's good.
Wayne, the defense over that stretch in the second half, there was a 7-minute stretch where they didn't score. You said it was a 2-3 zone a lot, but what more?
The urgency. So, and I'll often say it's not necessarily what we do, but how we do it. They were driving us. It was 8 team fouls to 1 to start the second half. So we went zone to try to slow them down, but it was the urgency of our guys. They were doing dribble hand. They had some great actions. The communication, the bumps, the urgency to go rebound it. And that's what we asked for at halftime. We didn't go nuts. One of the coaches got after him a little bit at halftime, but we just said, guys, this is the same old thing. We've got to take the fight to them. We've got to defend and rebound. We can't look for help from people in the stands, from the referees. We've just got to get tougher, and they did that in the second half. And it was neat to see our 2-3 get that much better because we haven't used it a whole bunch. And usually what we've been doing is after one pass to the high post, we go man to man. We stayed in it tonight because of the activity and the urgency these guys were playing in it.
So the Aggies had a little run to end the first half. What did you tell them in the locker room to help boost that little 14-point run?
We called a timeout after a basket, and then we gave up an offensive rebound and one, turned it over, gave another score. So I didn't like the fact that we gave them the momentum headed into halftime, took the lead, but we just said, guys, enough. We've learned enough lessons. We've got to be ready for a rock fight every time out. And at times, we look a little bit pretty, and we want it to be easy, and nothing's gonna be easy, and especially in our program, we know that. We're tougher than that, we're more blue collar than that, and we just gotta keep coaching them up and developing that.
And then Elijah Pepper came to the game averaging 22. What was your game plan on him guarding him so well?
You know, usually we don't change rules for individuals, but we told Dexter and anybody else that had him to stay glued to him the whole night. Don't worry about helping, don't give him any space, because when he gets space, he's really good. We gave him space a couple times in the second half, he hits a 3 and then draws 3 free throws. So credit to Dexter and the other guys that guarded him in the first half. And then I think just not getting looks that he's used to against zone, you know, can maybe, you know, get guys. But, you know, who knows? He could be a little worn out. He could be sick. He's a heck of a player in this day and age of transfer portal and all that. A kid that's had a great career there to stick with Davis when he's probably had opportunity says a lot about the character of that kid. All right, go Beavs.